Hey guys, I'm so glad you could join us today. I'm just waiting on Danny, and then we are going to get started. Look, I think he's joining us now.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello? Hey.
hey, we can't see you, so
Ah,
I
how do
think
I
I
how do
think
I
you
do
need
that?
to turn your video on.
The video,
Yeah.
video, 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 video. Ah, I got
Hey.
it. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I've been stuck in my room for 2 months with quarantine, but other than that, I'm fine. What
Yeah.
about you?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited about today and getting to just start this new series with everybody. So, Danny, can you share our title for the next several weeks?
Our title is Journey to the Promised Land.
Woo! I'm so
Woo!
excited. Okay, so today we are going to start with the first part of the story, and we are calling it Faith in the Midst of Fear. And we're talking about the story of Moses. And so we're looking at Exodus 1 and the beginning of chapter 2. And I'm going to have Danny share just a little bit of background before we get started.
Yeah, so before Moses, led the Israelites out of Egypt, before he did the story that we all know, there's an amazing story of faith that happened before all of that. See, what happened at the time of Moses' mother, the Pharaoh decided he wanted all of the baby boys that were under 2 years old to die. And Moses' mother was like, I don't like that. So what she did was she made a basket, put her baby in it, and sent him down a river, right? That's crazy, right? First of all, she had to have amazing faith in God that the baby wouldn't like drown or get eaten by an alligator or something. But then she also had to have faith in God that he was gonna like have a good life. And lo and behold, Pharaoh's daughter is the one that found him, and she raised him. And that's the beginning of the story of the Moses that we know. And that's the beginning of Let My People Go. And that's the beginning of Moses' journey into the promised land. So that's what we're going to be talking to you about.
Yeah, that's an amazing story, and it's crazy how much faith his mother had to have in that. And so I know for both of us, Danny, that God has been so faithful in our lives, and so I was hoping we could just share some personal times where He has just proved Himself faithful in our own lives. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is whenever I graduated from McLennan Community College after my 2 years there, I had to decide where I was going to go after that. So I had auditioned at a couple places. And God made it pretty clear to me early on that I needed to go to Tarleton. But that was scary for me because I was moving to a new place by myself, without my parents, to people I didn't know. But because I had faith in God, He provided for me every step of the way. I wouldn't regret my time at Tarleton for anything. And it's just obvious to see that God was moving in that whole situation. So, what about you, Emily? Do you have any stories about how you had faith?
Yeah, and thanks for sharing that, Danny. It's so encouraging just how God provided through that season. For me, a couple of years ago, I've shared this with some of you guys. I got really sick. I had one semester left of college and woke up one day just with zero energy, and just a bunch of other symptoms happened after that. And I went to a lot of different doctors. They ran a ton of different tests. No one could come up with any answers. And so the future was really unknown at that point. They were telling me I shouldn't go back to school, which I was like, I have one semester left, so then can't go back, and then I'm not gonna be able to get a teaching job and all of those things. And so it was kind of scary, and really just had to come to a point where I was like, I am gonna still trust that He's good and He can bring good out of this situation. And He proved Himself faithful. I'm here today, and so I'm so thankful. Just having faith in the midst of fear. Um,
Yeah. And I think your story with the doctors and everything, and my story with school, and Moses' mother's story with her faith, it can all be kind of tied in together with what we're experiencing today. There's a
yeah,
lot of fear going on. There's a lot of people that are like, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know what's going to happen to my family. But if we can have the same faith that we've had over and over again as God has provided for us, and if we can have the same faith that Moses' mother had whenever she sent that baby down the river, um, then we can have enough faith to see that God is going to get us through this time right now.
yeah.
Sometimes God's process doesn't look the way we thought it would or think it should. He, however, is faithful and trustworthy. We can have faith in the midst of fear because we know God can be trusted with the unknowns of the future.
Amen. So good. I'm so glad we got to do this today and that you guys could join us. We'll be back right here next week. So don't forget, put a reminder in your phone or something because we want you to be here. So to journey on the promised land. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Love you.
See you. Bye.